It was a Halloween-themed edition of Monday Night Raw this week. All the graphics were spooky. We had a spooky setup for the Tron. And, of course, there was little pumpkins next to the Raw logo, too. Shout out to this guy who came dressed as a deadbeat dad. Poor Rey Mysterio, man. With Piper Niven and Chelsea Green dressed up as the Hart Foundation tonight. Of course, Bret the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Natalya. I've got to keep this PG. The only way to PG to describe Natalya's outfit tonight.
Yowie wowie!
We had a trick or street fight as the penultimate match to Raw. We had pumpkin pie being thrown around everywhere. We had apple bobbing. Literally, it was all going on. We had Nikki Cross under a pumpkin. Why Chelsea Green then proceeded to put that pumpkin on her own head, I've got no idea at all. We had skeletons attacking Natalya. And, of course, the dreaded candy corn. Oh, my God. Chelsea Green would get the win. I think it took them like 10 minutes to clean up the candy from the ring. But do you know what? I was laughing. It was fun. Why not? This is things you might have missed from Monday Night Raw. Make sure you've hit the like button. It really does help the video out. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Tonight, we saw the main roster debut of the Creed brothers. I was so happy to see this. Of course, we saw a digital exclusive earlier today of the Creeds accepting the open challenge, the Alpha Academy. Nice little hype video on the show as well, an introduction to the Creed brothers. Ivy Nile did join them. I don't think she stopped smiling yet, and good for her. You could see how much this meant to her and the Creeds to be on Monday Night Raw. For those wondering, yes, Akira Tozawa was with the Alpha Academy. All is right with the world, but not with Tozawa, as tonight, the little pit bull, Ivy Nile, would hit him with a German suplex on the outside of the ring. Oh, poor Tozawa. But we got to talk about this. The sit-down suplex position by Julius Creed. He got up all the way, walked across the ring, handed Chad Gable over to Brutus, who would then pose with Chad. What? Oh, my God. Julius Creed would then hold Otis on his shoulders for the Brutus Ball, their finishing move, allowing the Creed brothers to win their Raw debut. Welcome to the main roster. The future is bright. The new Judgment Day, that's a thing, went officially trick-or-treating tonight too. Finn and Damian Priest in the Judgment Day's locker room. I mean, Kofi was right. The lights on. That is like literally the rule of trick-or-treating. But it would be Judgment Day minus Finn and Damian who kicked off Monday Night Raw. Very interestingly, Rhea Ripley spoke about Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, saying one of them had to make a deal with the Judgment Day. Now, if that is to happen, if at Crown Jewel either Seth or Drew makes a deal, who do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be Drew or Seth? Let me know in the comments down below. It would be Sami Zayn who would interrupt the Judgment Day this week, and a fired-up Sami Zayn would tell the world that his new name is Rebellion. I don't think it's an official name change, but nonetheless, he was going to stand up and he was going to conquer the Judgment Day. Fair play to Sami Zayn. Things did look like they were going to go a little bit sour, though, 3-on-1, until Ricochet would come out to make the save. That would obviously build to the first match of the night, which would be Ricochet versus Dirty Dom. The match was okay. It was obviously Dirty Dom cheating to win. That would be the way that this match went. Ricochet would lose. I totally blame Sami Zayn. Ricochet come out to help Sami, and then Sami just left him. Like, the Judgment Day's out there. Why did you not stick around to help him, huh? Well, the main event of Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn was cut short due to interference. Of course, Jey Uso would come out, cause a disqualification. Superhero Cody Rhodes would come out. Cody would use 2 crossroads to JD McDonough to the announce table. I loved Michael Cole's call that JD was the sacrifice tonight. Obviously, you didn't know JD McDonough is taking on Sami Zayn this Saturday in a kickoff match. The kickoff matches are back. That's massive. Cody would then grab the microphone and ask Damian Priest what path he's on, talking about the fact he's not the leader of the Judgment Day, seemingly getting under his skin. And you got to wonder if those words resonate with Damian Priest. Could Damian leave Judgment Day? Miz finally grew a set tonight on Miz TV as he stood up to Gunther, listing his accomplishments, saying he's had enough, saying that this is what he does. The passion was there and he got a babyface reaction from the audience. And although Ludwig Kaiser would grab and smash the pumpkin, not the pumpkin man, Miz would get knocked down and get straight back up swinging. This is a babyface Miz, something we haven't seen for a while, but interestingly here, this is not only, I don't think, Miz versus Gunther. As Miz was leaving, we got our first look at the new Titantron for DIY, and there was an interaction between DIY and Miz, very brief, but that could lead to a future 6-man tag. I love DIY's new Titantron. I love their attires. Mattel, you need to make them very quickly. Not sure on the new theme song, need to hear more of it, but let me know your thoughts about it in the comments down below. DIY was successful tonight, which obviously makes sense. It's their first match on Raw, and do you know what? I'm all here for it. Keep this coming. The revitalized tag division in WWE is class. Got to ask the question though, is Vinci okay? He took a knee from Ciampa. The referee instantly checked on him and then seemed to say something into his microphone, and then obviously the match came to an end. You then saw like trainers and stuff next to Vinci when they were showing you Ludwig Kaiser's reaction to Vinci taking the pinfall. Hopefully he's okay and there's not an injury there. We got video packages tonight for Candice LeRae, who Michael Cole did inadvertently call Candice Michelle. He did apologise for it, but someone give Michael Cole another week off already. And of course for Xia Li as well. Their match obviously was set up last week when Xia Li would attack Candice LeRae, not Candice Michelle. And of course, their match tonight was very, very short. Why? Xia Li would hit a spin kick onto Candice. Candice would then go down like a sack of potatoes. And I mean, she was out. The referee calling the match off. Xia Li picking up the win. This looked cool. I can't remember this in the women's division. Like, this is a reintroduction for Xia Li. And tonight, they gave you a reason to care. She's dangerous. I had to include this tonight, of course, on Friday Night SmackDown. The entire women's division dressed up as Michael P.S. Hayes. I love this. I wish we got more of this on TV, man. I love Halloween. Drew McIntyre will get a video package tonight, hyping up him versus Seth this Saturday, of course, talking about WrestleMania, talking about his release, talking about all the trial and tribulation that Drew McIntyre has had in WWE. But social media was very quick to notice. He sat in the Performance Center with purple lighting. With all this talk of one of either Seth or Drew making that deal, is this a hint? Is this WWE hinting Drew McIntyre joining Judgment Day? Seth Rollins would have literally no sympathy for Drew McIntyre. He would talk about their last match when he was the Messiah, saying the Messiah is gone. He's a new person now. Seth, though, no sympathy for Drew's story, saying that other people had it worse than Drew. Going to be a good clash on Saturday. Seth would go on to defeat JD McDonough tonight, and then attention was diverted immediately to Damian Priests, who come down mid-match with a referee, with the briefcase. Damian potentially cashing in at Crown Jewel on Saturday. Shinsuke Nakamura is still waiting for what or for who? We actually have no idea. Now, Twitter is convinced that this is a CM Punk reference, that he is calling out CM Punk. It is a bit weird to not name the person, but you're directly talking to someone. Obviously, we know he's been doing the GTS, and there was a reference last week. This week's was a little bit loose for me, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I thought Raw was okay this week. Lots of video packages, but with good reason, so let that one go. I think it was a solid 8 out of 10. I love the trick or street fight, man. I love stupidity in wrestling. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on notifications, like, share, and I'll see you next time. Peace!